everyone, and welcome to Everything Canada. My name is Teniola Gaius, and if you're just watching for the first time, here is where we bring you updates on everything Canada. I bring you updates on admissions processing, visa processing, Canadian food, Canadian lifestyle, Canadian culture, immigrations, everything that you need to know. Here is your one-stop shop. Today on the show, I have an amazing and someone that I call Lucky of the show. Now, I call her Lucky because my guest has just received a 4-year Canadian study visa. Yes, she's going to Brandon University to study, and I want to know all the exciting experience that she had using Maple Education Service. So don't go anywhere as we begin the show after the break. Guys, welcome back again, and this is still Everything Canada. Let me just go straight to the point. I would like to introduce my guest. Like I said earlier, my guest has just received a 4-year Canadian study visa. Oh. Let's meet you. How are you?
I'm fine.
I love this your hair, this your afro. Can we like exchange or do something?
Oh, okay, it's fine. Let's exchange. Thank you.
All right, please let's meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me here on the show.
You're welcome.
My name is Tolulope Oke, and I'll be going to Brandon University to study business administration.
So we are proud.
Oh my God.
You're proud. Is it because you have a 4-year Canadian visa?
It's not easy.
All right, guys. So, tell me, how did you get to hear about Maple Education?
Yeah, I get to hear about Maple Education on the social media platform, which is Instagram. So that fateful day, I was just on my Instagram page, and Maple Education just popped up on my page. I was like, oh, Canada. Well, let me just open it and see what's in there. And I saw a list of people, students' testimony about how they got the visas and during their visa application and admission processing. I was just like, wow. So I was very much interested to know more about Maple Education, and that was how I get to know about Maple Education and their existence, for how long they've been handling visa processing and everything. So I guess that was how I got to know about Maple Education. So
when exactly did you start your visa processing?
Actually, when I got to hear about Maple in 2018, to be precise, then I went to Maple Education, the other branch in Alausa. I guess Alausa, Keja. Then I met with someone just to get inquiry about how the visa processing goes and that. So the guy there was like, he told me more about how the visa is going to go for admission and everything. So I started my visa application around 2019.
That was before the pandemic?
Yeah, that was before the pandemic. And then I was not even in Nigeria at that time.
Oh,
yeah.
Where were you?
I was in Dubai then.
Wow, so you were ghosting your application.
But thank God that made it easy for me, even while I was not here presently in their office to get to do everything. But before then, I had to go to their office to get inquiry about what I need.
So like how many times did you visit the office before?
Before, I guess that was once. And that was in the Keja branch before leaving Nigeria.
Okay, and when you came back to Nigeria, did you visit Maple for any admission or anything, any process?
No, I didn't visit them. Only when I came was after during the pandemic, and then I already got my admission at that time. So I was coming in to start my visa processing. That was the second time I came visiting Maple Education in the Aleki branch.
Okay, so while the pandemic was on, were you skeptical that your your visa processing was going to tank? Yeah,
at that point, because the pandemic really did a lot of messed up, because my plan initially was that I got my admission in May. So my aim was that in September, I need to resume school in Canada. So during that pandemic, I was stuck in Dubai because I could not come back quickly to process my visa and everything. And as at that time, I came back in October. Even when I came to Maple, like the visa consultant, she was just like, I'm not sure you're going to meet up for September. No, I came in October, right? So I had to defer my admission to January. That's 2021. And they were like, that time is not going to be enough for me to process my visa, but they can give it a try. And if they can't get my visa in January, I have to defer my admission again to the next following section. I was like, huh? That's
Don't
a lot.
stay in Nigeria.
And I'm telling you, I was just like, I can't say, well, let me just take the risk. Let me give a try to see if I can meet up for January intake as at that time. And I submitted, I guess, before I even submitted my document and everything, it was really too close to resumption. So I had no choice again than to defer my admission. Yeah, defer my admission again. And thank you for Brandon. Within 2 weeks, they issued me another new admission letter and everything. I was just like, wow, that's nice. So I had to just defer my admission so that they can take their time to process it. I don't have to be in a rush or anything because there was no classes for me to take for May intake. That's the summer session. So I had no choice than to get
wait till September.
And I was just like,
how did you feel? How did you feel?
I didn't have any choice. I was just like, I hope I just get my visa within 2 months, 3 months, and let me leave and just let me go back to Dubai and come back again and go back to school. But then my visa processing took longer than my expectation because
can you guesstimate how long it took?
It took 5 to 6 months before I got the feedback from the IRCC. At that point, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up at that point because I was just like, what's going on? People that we submitted together have gotten their own visa in March, in April, and me, January, February, March, April, May. I guess it was May ending. I was asked to get my medicals done that day. It was a very good day for me.
I was going to come back to that because you're already feeding us with so much sad story. One would think that Tolu did not make it to Canada. This girl is actually going to Canada next week. Next week. Tolu, let's talk about when you got that call. When you, I don't know, but how did it feel? What did you do? What was your expression? What did you lift out? What did you carry? What did you do? What did you break? Because trust me, if somebody gives me a 4-year Canadian visa right now, I'm going to go on my knees and be like, honey,
seriously.
Okay, but then I want to know, what did you do?
Oh my God. Because most times, my visa consultant, person in charge of my visa application, she doesn't really call me if she calls me to tell me something okay, submit this document, submit this, submit that, just putting me along, stuff like that. So that day, when I saw a call, because it took a while for her to give me that call, and when I saw that call that day, just what did Miss Favor want to tell me today? I was just okay, let me receive this call. I hope it's a good news because I waited so long. My name was hope don't say my visa is rejected. But I was like, no. Then I picked the call and she was like, congratulations. The only congratulation I heard, I screamed though. Hey, I ran out of the house. I ran back. Then I told her what happened. I said, you're not going to believe it. I just got a call to get my medicals done. My mom was very, very, very happy because she was with me that day. I screamed, I rolled on the phone. Mom was crying finally, the wait and everything. I was overwhelmed, wow, God does not actually forget his own people, seriously. So with that, I was actually grateful to God because I wanted to give up at some point.
So was that in the afternoon or
that was in the morning? In
the morning.
Yeah.
So what did you eat for breakfast?
I didn't eat.
You didn't eat.
I was just happy. I didn't eat anything.
No, what did you eat?
I did not eat anything.
What did you eat?
I
order for better amala. See, begging. What did we do? Oh my God.
I never later heard that evening.
So what did you eat that evening?
It was pounded yam. My mommy initially made pounded yam with a foriro that day. This call for celebration.
This is to your mom, man.
Yeah. That is call for celebration. So I guess I had pounded yam that evening with egusi, just to celebrate it. And then I called Miss Favor back. She was like, don't worry, she's going to book my my medical, I was going to get it done. She was like 17. I'm like, Miss Favor, 17 is too far. How can they give me visa 28th of May and I'm booking 17th of June? But I had to wait to like, no problem, 17. I was just counting my days. Then finally the big day came. Now I went for my medicals and everything was fine. Even that day, maybe because I was sick, I was excited and at the same time, and she was like, okay. My BP was high. They checked like 3 times. It was high.
Your BP was high?
I seriously, I don't even know. I can't explain it. But the doctor was just like, you know what? Just relax. I was like, please, can you check my BP? I don't know why it is this high. She's just like, it's normal because I maybe my first time excited and stuff like that. I could be normal. But after that day, I was lost like, God, hope they will not reject my visa because of my BP is high like this. So I was scared again, like, God, what if?
I think the happiness begins when you actually get the passport, your Nigerian passport, and then you see the stamped visa.
Exactly. Because even at that point,
can happen.
Seriously. Because at that point, I was scared, like, God, I hope I don't have any issues for this, my medical, I get to do today and stuff like that. I wasn't, at some point I was happy, and at the same time I wasn't happy because just like, I don't know what could happen. I may be, my health or anything, but at that point I was just being positive. It won't be funny, seriously. But then like after a week, then I got, that week, I was checking my meals, like, okay, I need to get a response because even the hospital was supposed to notify me that they've sent my medical examination stuff to the embassy and just for me to like, but they didn't say anything. A week was going by and I was just like, what's happening? What's going on? Then I was checking my meals to check for the clinic where I did my medicals, checking my mail from Maple as well, like, are they going to notify me about something? Then I guess that day, that fateful day that my visa got approved, you're not going to imagine, my phone was switched off that morning. So that the devil,
how can your phone be switched off? How?
I don't even know. So I guess Miss Favor would have called me that morning to let me know that I actually got my visa approved. But I guess she could not reach me. But I don't know, I just woke up that morning. I was like, let me check my mail today. I just saw documentation for vetting. I didn't even wait to open, like, let me even see what is in the, like, those PDF form, like, I was just like, Mom, please come. Mommy, I'm always with her because I'm just the only one. My sister has gone to school, so I'm always with her and stuff like that. She was like, Kilo Shelley, like, what's that? Then I said, please help me open it. So I will know if what I'm thinking right now is true.
It's not what it is.
Yeah. Then she opened it, like, your visa has been approved. At that point, I was like, what? I was rolling on the floor, seriously. I was happy, like, finally, I was so excited that, thanks to Maple actually, because Maple were the one that actually made me fulfill one of my biggest dreams, and this is it. Like, getting my visa approved for Canada, like, I can't just imagine. So thanks to Maple Education.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We'll tell them. So I wanted to ask you, because I know that Maple Education is affiliated to over 60 institutions.
Yeah,
what was the choice for Brandon? I mean, why Brandon University?
Brandon University, yeah. Okay, I guess I did my research in like 3 schools, and Brandon University was part of them. So I did research about Prince Edward Island and Holland University and Brandon University. So I guess my mind brain just picked Brandon because I don't know. I checked about the school, the province in which it is in, and the acceptance rate as well, and their cost of institution as well, tuition fees. So I guess I just love Brandon University because of their small class size, with you meeting with their professors, and their tuition fees too is in a reasonable, affordable too. So I guess that's why I chose Brandon University.
And what about the province?
The province, yeah, Manitoba, because I was looking at other provinces, because I was just like, I need to pick a province that I know what I've budgeted for. I don't want to go and pick the one that have been a lot of money, maybe their housing, their tuition fees as well and everything. So I chose Brandon University, Manitoba, because I love the city in Manitoba. I love everything about that province. Their what's it called? I'll just say because everything there, it's their money, their bus fees, everything you can afford it, it's affordable. So that's why I chose Manitoba, because it's not that expensive like Ontario, Toronto, and the rest of them. So that's why I chose Manitoba.
That's smart, really.
Yeah, and Brandon again is in Manitoba, so I was just like, wow, that's good, good to go.
So would you be living in the campus or you be living outside campus?
Yeah, I'll be living off campus. Yeah, off campus, I'll be staying.
Okay, so I know that international students are allowed to work 20 hours a week during school hours or during the school session, and then 40 hours a week during holidays. So would you be working or you're just studying alone?
I'll be working and studying.
What did you do?
No, I'll be working and studying at the same time.
And do you have a way? Have you thought of what you like to do, or when you get there?
I guess when I get there, actually, because I don't know what kind of job will be available at the time I need it.
But you're ready for anything?
I'm just ready.
Anything?
I'm ready to explore the city.
Explore. Okay, so I was going to ask you, how would you describe Maple Education in one word?
Well, I'll say honesty.
Why?
Because they stand by their word. Even about Maple Education, like if they tell you this is this, that is it. I'm telling you, that is it. Even that honesty is there for Maple Education. They'll tell you if it's not going to be good, if the pathway you're taking is not going to be good, they're going to advise you, don't go through that path. Maybe it's the best option you go through this way. So they always tell you the honest truth that you need. And if it's not going to work out for you, they're going to tell you it's not going to work out for you. But I remember then when I applied, I had this age gap between my study from when I finished school and the time I was working, and then I'm applying for an undergraduate course. So then they told me that, this is your age, the gap you have in between. If you can justify that part, I guess you're good to go. But aside that, I guess that if I'm able to just prove to them, like when I'm writing my letter of explanation, if I can justify the part, that's statement of purpose. Like if I can justify that part, then I'm good to go. So they'll tell you things that you know that will be good for you, what you need to know, and things that work for you best. So I guess that part, and they tell you something, that is it. That is it, seriously.
All right, thank you so much, Tolu, for sharing such testimony with us. All right, guys, you just heard from Tolulope, the lucky girl who has just received a 4-year Canadian visa. Tolu, are you sure you're not be behaving like this in Canada? They will just deport you. I take my word back to you. All right, guys, stay right there. Alright guys, if you're still watching, it is Everything Canada, and I have the lucky girl. I will keep calling you lucky girl until we finish the show. By the way, it's the FAQ time. Okay. So we have questions from our client. Okay. And guys, like I said, you can be part of the Q&A session by sending your inquiries to Maple Education, to marketing@mapleeducation.ca. I'll take it again, marketing@mapleeducation.ca. And I'll be here to answer them. All my guests will be here to answer them. Tolu, okay. I have 3 questions here. We actually always take 3, funny enough. Okay. From our client who wants to know more about your experience with using our services, that's Maple Education Services, and as well as, going forward, what you want to do in Canada. So, here. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. The first question says, how long was the visa processing time? Yeah, my visa processing took about 5 to 6 months for it to be granted. So mine took about 5 to 6 months. Yeah. And the next question is, what is your plan after Canada? What next? Yeah, after my studies in Canada, my plan is to get my postgraduate work permit that will allow me to work and remain in Canada.
So do you like work? Wait, like work. Why do you want to work again?
No, now.
I'm a work as a
Can I
student.
pay that?
You graduate and work again.
No, now. How can I pay that kind of school fees? And you expect to remain in Canada and get their working experience?
You're wise.
No, who does that? Tell me.
It's fine. I'll pardon you. You have a point.
Thank you. So my next question is, how would you rate Maple customer service? I'll say 100 over 100.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Why would you rate them 100 over 100?
Because their customer service, like Maple Education is always ready to welcome you anytime. Like just walk into their office, they're there to answer your questions, to guide you through your visa processing, your admission processing, whatever brought you here to Maple, they're always there to help you out. So I'll say 100 over 100, and their customer service is top notch. Like it's good, a good one.
Alright guys, you've just heard from our lucky girl, Tolulope, who is leaving us and going to Canada. She's Jackman, Canada.
Yes, let's go together.
So let me just be in your,
no problem.
I know where you put me. You know the beginning of the bag, that small compartment.
Okay.
You know I'm tiny. I'll be able to enter.
Don't worry, I'll just wrap you very nicely.
And when we see immigration, we'll just wink. They will allow us. Alright guys, it was nice having you, Tolu. Thank you for gracing my show today. Thank you for joining the show. Our next slide will be Do You Know and Canada Word Facts. Please stay tuned. I hope you found that very, very informative. This is where we'll be closing the curtains for today. And I still remain your host. My name is Teniola. And my lucky guest, Tolulope. Am I right?
Tolulope.
And from both of us, we say bye.